What is up, sports bettors? It is Matt Modi here with OddsJam, and what I'm going to be doing in this video is walking you guys through my favorite parlay for week one of the NFL season. Going to give you my parlay best bets for week one of the NFL season. So this is something that I do on a weekly basis during the NFL season. I find 2 to 4 teams that I'm very confident are going to win, and I just parlay their money line odds together. So specifically, we're going to do a money line parlay specifically of favorites. While obviously upsets do happen, and there are teams that I think are going to upset in week one, I would rather just take those plus money plays individually and then parlay favorites together to get it close to either plus money or close to it. So I generally stick to 2 or 4 plays. Anything more than 4, and you're kind of just asking yourself to lose the bet, because generally, upsets are going to happen weekly. It's hard enough to win 2 to 4 bets, so anything more than that I think is a little bit too much. But this is something that is easier to do in the NFL than it is in most other sports because there are only 17 games. Upsets do happen, but the games are more meaningful, so they happen not as frequently because games aren't played every day, right? That kind of just makes sense. So I have the NFL Week 1 slate up here in front of me, but an easier way to do this is to just do it on oddsjam.com. So what I have up on the screen here, sports, NFL, I have the odds for every Week 1 game, and it's the nice thing about this is it's giving you the best odds for each team. So I can immediately see who is favored, and I can see what their odds are. And I'm actually going to move my screen this way, my camera this way, and you'll see why. I am going to use the OddsJam Parlay Builder in order to find the best book to place my Moneyline Parlay odds on. So week one, the Bills are favored. I actually like the Rams in this one. I took the Rams Moneyline straight up in a video that has already come out on this YouTube channel. So if you want my analysis there, you can check that out. One team that I am very confident in winning week one, the New Orleans Saints. While the Saints aren't a team that I am high on this year overall, this is mostly a fade of the Falcons. So looking at the odds here, actually pretty decent value if you want to bet on the Saints money line at minus 215. No other book is giving you better odds. Looks like the closest here is 220, but the OddsJam line prices this at minus 240. So this is actually pretty good odds to get the Saints straight up, but minus 215 kind of hurts. But the Falcons are my pick to be the worst team in the NFL in this upcoming season. I think they're going to have the worst record in the NFL. Their skill positions are horrible. Drake London, the rookie, we'll see what we can get out of him, but he's still a rookie. I do think Kyle Pitts is insanely talented, but they have a weak offensive line. They have a weak defense. And they're going to be starting either a rookie third-round pick Desmond Ridder or a journeyman quarterback Marcus Mariota, none of which do I think is going to translate to wins. So the Saints money line is something that I'm very confident in. So I'm going to add it to my parlay, and all you need to do is just click this little money sign here, add to parlay. You saw it show up purple up here, and that is going to be my first leg. So the Saints money line is my first leg of my Moneyline favorite parlay. So now let's just keep going through. So the Panthers are favored against the Browns, minus 120 odds. I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Browns won. While I do like the Panthers here, I'm skipping that game. Too much of a train wreck going on in Carolina. Baker Mayfield is not a good quarterback. I don't want to touch it. This next game here, I actually really do like. The 49ers against the Bears. If there's any team that is going to challenge the Falcons to be the worst team in the NFL, it is these Chicago Bears. They couple a bottom 5 offensive line with a bottom 5 skill positions, which could be the worst set of skill positions in the NFL. They don't have really any talent, and they're basically showing you exactly what not to do with the young quarterback. When you have a young quarterback, what you're supposed to do is surround them with weapons, see what you got. Bears didn't do that. Defensively, they're not nearly the same Bears team that we're used to seeing over the past couple years. They just traded away Khalil Mack. I could see them having a bottom 10 defense as well. Going to be a really rough team. So the 49ers, I am high on this year. I like Trey Lance. He might have his growing pains, but I think in week one, he should have his way with the Bears. So I'm going to add the 49ers money line to my parlay. Again, just click this button. And now what you see here is it's giving me the best odds for these moneyline parlay, which right now is on BetMGM at minus 108. But it's giving you which books are giving you the best odds. So taking these two teams at -108, I do like, but I'm actually going to add a little bit more to this parlay, see if I can get this to plus money, and let's go through. So looking through, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals are probably going to win, but I'm not confident enough. The Steelers have been, I mean, they made the playoffs last year with just abomination at quarterback with Big Ben. Kenny Pickett might legitimately be an improvement. So the next team that I like here is actually the Ravens against the Jets. So I have a video explaining why I picked the Ravens to cover the spread against the Jets. So obviously, if I think they're going to cover I think it's 6.5 spread, I obviously think they're going to win straight up as well. And this is a fade. Well, actually, this is two things. I'm actually very high on the Ravens heading into the season. I think we don't talk enough about how just snake bitten they were last year with their running back room getting decimated, their cornerback room getting decimated, Lamar Jackson getting hurt, missing the final 4 games. The Ravens were 8-3 when Lamar Jackson went down. They lost that game. They lost 4 more. They ended the season 8-9. I think this year they could have a really good team. Lamar Jackson in a contract year is probably going to show out. And the Jets stink, right? The Jets are terrible. They just lost starting left tackle Mekhi Becton for the year. They had the worst defense in all of football last year, according to DVOA, the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. Didn't really do much to improve that defense. And they're probably going to start Joe Flacco in this game. Joe Flacco, former Ravens quarterback, who hasn't won a game since 2019. The Ravens, I highlighted all this in my video, historically good in week 1 if you look at their week 1 history. Take out last year's loss to the Raiders. They've just been dominating people in week 1. I think the Jets are an easy team to dominate, so I'm going to rely on the Ravens money line as my third leg of this parlay, and this is what I'm going to end it at. I'm going to end it with these 3 teams. You can get this at plus 157, which I think are pretty good odds. Saints money line, 49ers money line, Ravens money line. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in on FanDuel. I am getting better odds than the OddsJam line, which is good. That means there is a little bit of value here. Plus 157 on FanDuel and BetMGM. For those of you who are tailing at home, you can lock it in on any of those 2 books. But for me, I am going to go ahead and take this on FanDuel because they don't have me limited. BetMGM does. I can't get more than like $10 on BetMGM. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in on FanDuel. So the money line plays, we are looking at the Saints, we're looking at the Ravens, and we are looking at the 49ers. Should be plus, 156. Going to put 100. Like I said, a full unit on this one. Place bet, and we are good to go. Moneyline favorite parlay for week 1. I'm going to try and do this every week, as I think it's a really good way to profit on the NFL, to identify moneyline favorites that you think are going to win, parlay them together for better odds. Could be a profitable strategy. Worked for me last year. Going to track, see how it does this year. And that's going to be it. So again, for those of you tailing at home, Saints, Ravens, 49ers moneyline, get that at BetMGM or FanDuel for the best odds. And that's going to be it. So if you are tailing, let me know. Would love to hear it. Comment on the video with your feedback. Other than that, would appreciate a like, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, share with your friends. All that good stuff helps me out a ton. But that's all I got for you guys. So thanks for watching and have a good one.